Merry and bright December to you. I'm Colleen Derrick, a financial advisor with Swaggers Insurance. This month of December, we are presenting our values and our plans. Swaggers Insurance has 3 core values with a 4th that is just a byproduct. And those we discussed last week, and let me just refresh your memory, are contentment, peace, and love, which will spur gratitude. Our plans are based on releasing these into your hearts and your lives, not just your finances. Our finances are there to support our dreams and our goals and our families and our relationships. It was never designed to be our relationship or our goal or our dream. Last week, we talked about contentment, and we shared the experience of a couple in my experience that reached their retirement ahead of schedule and above target. And instead of elevating their expectations, they chose to be content and elevate their giving. This week, we're tackling peace. If you've been watching the Face posts, you know that we're talking about peace replacing fear. Fear robs us of peace all the time. This week, we talked about how when peace comes in, it is such an amazing feeling and often accompanies the feeling of relief. Why is that? Because it's often relieved fear that allows peace. So when we dig up the courage to acknowledge and address fear, good things happen. We can find out if that fear is a legitimate fear that we need to make a plan for safety, or if that fear is not founded on reality and truth, in which case we need to have compassion and recognize it and replace it with faith. So we're either recognizing a legitimate fear, which is a safety concern, and we're going to address it with a plan, or we're recognizing that our fear is a feeling that is unsubstantiated in true risk, and we're going to look at replacing it with faith. Fear is the faith that something bad is going to happen. Faith is the confidence that something good can come out of it, or that something good is going to happen. So when we take a look at that distilled down, it's where are you putting your faith? What are you believing is going to be? Are you believing it's going to be negative? Are you believing it's going to be positive? We can shift our mindset, but none of that starts without first acknowledging and recognizing that there's fear. Our example this week as our clients of peace noticed they were having fights while working on their homework after our meetings. So bringing it up at our next review invited some discussions and observations. We noticed that partner A was very stressed because they felt partner B wasn't taking their financial situation seriously enough. Partner B had intentionally been trying to lower the intensity of these conversations and reducing the seriousness of it, noticing that partner A was getting more and more aggravated. So we had 2 people that were trying for the same thing, and the one was scared that the other wasn't aware of the seriousness of the situation, and this one was afraid that this person was losing their health and their mental wellness because of the intensity they were bringing to the situation. Imagine once that came to light and we were able to address those fears and communicate through them, the dynamic shifted, the fear left, and peace began to enter. The significance on that, not only on their financial decisions, because we never make good decisions financially or life-wise when they're based in fear. So they were able to make better decisions about their finances when fear wasn't present. Their brains were working better. But also just imagine the change in the dynamic in that relationship in the home. And as they talked about their future, this is the benefit of recognizing fear, of acknowledging, is this a factual fear or a feeling of fear? Making a plan, choosing faith, and inviting peace in. Now, you might be asking, well, Colleen, that sounds really great, but yeah, making a plan, okay. And of course, my suggestion with making a plan is always get wise counsel. Ask for help from somebody who knows what they're doing in the area where you have possibly a safety risk. Common sense is amazing. Wise counsel is amazing. When you're building a plan, we always build our plans in a better headspace when we're calm and rational than when we react to them in the moment. So the next one might be, well, that's great, Colleen. So we've decided that my fear isn't based on fact, but the fear is still there and it's not going away. Well, let me encourage you that as you start to name and recognize fear, it starts to rob it of some of its power. As you start to choose to intentionally position yourself to see positive outcomes rather than focusing on the negatives, it's going to start changing your mindset. And sometimes we need to choose to have faith while fear is still present. You don't need to wait for fear to leave to choose to have faith that something good is going to happen or that you can handle some tough stuff and that something good can come out of it. We can operate with faith choices while feeling fear, again, by naming the fear, recognizing that as a feeling, honoring that feeling with kindness and compassion, and then making your choice to accommodate for those feelings. So you're going to have limited capacity for bravery. So supercharge it on the target spot you need to focus on, right? You don't have to be brave about everything. You need to be brave about this one thing. You need to find one possible potential good outcome that could come from that. And then you need to take one step towards it. And it is incredible how you will see progress and improvement the next time fear comes to your doorstep. Number one, because you've already been through it once, you're going to have some confidence. But number two, you're going to find you get better at it with practice. Invite peace into your heart, into your mind, into your families, and into your relationships. We choose to invite peace into your financial plan by addressing risk and by addressing your feelings, by building in margins so that there are safety and buffer zones, and mostly by communicating, by meeting you where you're at, caring about how you're feeling, and not asking you to come and be over on this perfect plan I have for you, but let's build your plan over here where you are. Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a peaceful season.